What is up, everybody? I'd like to welcome each and every one of you back to a new One Punch Man the Strongest guide. It's your boy Lance, and today we're gonna be looking at Adamantoise Genos, which is basically the complete opposite of Daytona Genos, which is speed 1. This is slow Genos and how to build him. So let's go, shall we? So before we start, why should we build this? So the pros is that you trade speed for raw damage, and this helps a lot of people who are struggling to get speed gears, such as myself on my smaller account, which previous owner was Sashimi. So I'm running an Adamantoise Genos on that account, as well as a few of my friends are running Adamantoise Genos. You can achieve speed with Movement Rider. So you're basically trading speed on your own Genos and using a buffer to get more speed if you need it. Instances where you need it is when enemy has a fast tank top master, for example. This is basically the build that you will be running once SSR Amai is out also as well. And it's an alternative for you if you do not have any speed gears or speed bonus on your buff gears. So this is basically like a second method for you to build Genos, just in case that you cannot build it the Daytona way, which is the best way in my opinion. So the cons are you require insane levels of HP because you need to break through enemy setup, namely Tank Top Master Goketsu as well as Alloy. So you have some instances where you need to break through certain levels of setup. It also can be somewhat underwhelming if your HP is a little bit on the lower side. You need roughly 5 million HP for it to be able to nuke almost anything. So it's definitely a cut above Daytona in terms of HP requirement, and it can be interrupted by silencers. Just say your Genos is not speed 1 amongst all your other units, and he's speed 3. If enemy has a king or a guru with keepsake, it can interrupt the flow of your build, your layering of your skills. Nevertheless, we're going to have a look at how Adamantoise Genos works now. So what is up, everybody? I'd like to welcome you to the showcase of an Adamantoise Genos. So we're gonna look at our buddy Vector's Genos over here. He usually runs Daytona, but he has the necessary gear sets for an Adamantoise Genos. So we're gonna have a look. So full HP percent. So his speed is still a bit high because of the buff gears, but he'll be slower than most units, but his HP is rocketed to 5.4 million. So that's pretty high. I wouldn't say it's high enough to be a good Adamantoise Genos, in all honesty. Good Adamantoise Genos needs a lot of HP. That's why I recommend Daytona better, just because that it's more feasible to get. But nevertheless, if you do not have the specific gears, this is what you gotta deal with. So now we're gonna be having a look at the third player. Granted, if you have a high level tank top master, this Genos is not really feasible to use, to be fair. So you're going to be looking at high Genos damage over here. So that's 26 million without crit damage. So basically the point is, I'm not so sure about other servers, but if your server has fast moving teams, this team will be not so feasible. But even with 500 speed, this guy can outspeed. Now I'm going to show you an example of versus a high HP tank top master, and why this Genos is not feasible to fight a high HP tank top master. So this is Mika. Credits to Mika, one of my good friends and the owner of the One Punch Man the Strongest Discord server. So as you can see, the tank top master is allowed to set up, and this Genos specifically does not have enough damage to actually burst through tank top master's shield. So what you're left with is a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth, because it's going to be dependent on RNG on how you win. For now, it seems that it will be almost impossible for us to win this, because that tank top master has around 4.5 million HP. Oh, we won. Okay, so it's a coin flip. Because high HP tank top master, if you have a look over here, I'm not sure whether you can see Mika's tank top master over here. Oh, you can. Yes. So Mika's tank top master There we go. Her HP is at almost 5 million HP by the way. So it's actually a genuine pain in the behind. And her speed hasn't really been adjusted that much. And it definitely can go higher than 5 million. So it's not actually a really hard thing to do. Nevertheless, I would still recommend in this case that you go Daytona. But if you have no choice, I'm showing you that with a little bit of luck, to be honest, because I can show you the results of the previous match that I had with Mika. So with a little bit of luck, you can win with an Adamantoise Genos. But this is the thing you have to deal with. Tank Top Master plus Goketsu setup. So it's a little bit of a pain. And then soon people will be inputting alloy at the back as well. So that's going to null Genos damage a lot more. But once RMG is out, I think Tank Top Master will be less of an issue. Because Genos plus RMG will more likely than not destroy Tank Top Master. Genos take care of the shield. RMG take care of Tank Top Master. And then round 1 is over. So in all honesty, I would still say to go for Daytona. But nevertheless, we have a good example over here that the reason why Daytona is superior, just because you have a chance to lose. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I'm sorry I dragged it just a little bit, even I have to admit that much, just because that I wanted to make sure that it properly translates to you guys, and you guys understand that this is a very RNG dependent build. RNG in terms of the fact that you are coin flipping whether you can win or not, and you are coin flipping whether your opponent has Tank Top Master or not. Nevertheless, I hope you learned something new today. As always, do have a good week, and I'll see you again in the next video. Peace.